if you want to learn how to do it real quick, this is kind of what our setup looks like when it's all finished. This is a rubber core sinker, 1.5 ounces with a #1 hook. This will fish this little sardine very well, get it down to the bottom. It'll fish the cut squid. I need some cut squid too. It'll fish the cut squid very well too. You put a piece of cut bait, it's the easiest thing to do. Put a couple strips of squid on the hook and you drop it all the way down to the bottom. How do you guys know when you're on the bottom?
It stops going.
It's gonna stop going out for just a second, right? So if I dropped it down to the bottom, boom, it stopped going out for a second, right? So now we can click the bail back over. This lets our line out and stops it from going out, right? So to let the line go out, you open this up, boom, we hit the bottom. There'll be some slack in the line. You close your bail back over. To retrieve the line, you just have to turn the handle forward. To properly hold the rod, you guys, you're gonna take your hand opposite of the handle and you're gonna grab it around the reel seat right here. And then the butt of the rod's gonna go underneath your armpit. This is super important. This is how you hold the rod, this is how you fish. Your other hand goes on the handle. This sets you up so that you can pull back on the rod and set the hook. If you're fishing with your rod on the rail like this, you're probably not gonna catch anything, okay? Because you guys have to pull back on the rod to set the hook to catch these fish. So you get your bait down to the bottom and you just set it down on the rail. You're not gonna be able to feel any bites, any nibbles, and you're not gonna be able to set the hook. So the butt of the rod, again, goes under your armpit. Your rod will be level with the water, you guys. If it's straight up in the air, there's no way you can pull back on the rod and set the hook, right? If I try to pull back right now, nothing's gonna happen. So your rod needs to be level with the water, and when you get little nibbles and taps on your rod tip, you guys, you gotta pull back on the rod. If you don't pull back on the rod fast like that, you're not gonna set the hook and catch a fish. If you pull back real slow, you think you guys will hook one?
No.
No way, right? So you gotta pull back pretty quick to set the hook. Make sure your bait's on the bottom, you get little taps and nibbles, you have everything ready to go, your rod's level with the water, so that when you get those bites, you guys can pull back on the rod and set the hook, okay? Super, super important. Now, the bait that we have on the boat, we have live sardine and we have cut squid. Definitely gonna get some bites, all right? All you have to do too, super easy, put the hook through one end on it, okay? You want it to hang off the hook like this. It flutters around. It looks a lot more natural, you guys, right? Listen, okay? Rather than like a big clump of squid on here, one little squid dangling around in there, it looks a lot more natural. It looks like something they would want to eat versus a big clump. There'll be some squid heads up here too. Same thing with the squid head. This is what the squid head looks like too. You can fish the squid heads, they get bit too. Catch a sand bass or something on the bottom. How big do the sand bass have to be, you guys? 14 inches, very good, that's a trick question, right? Calicos and sand bass. With the squid head, same thing. You just want to put it through in between his eyeballs so that it dangles off the hook, all right? And when you drop your bait down, where do you want to drop it down to? The bottom, right? Get it all the way down there with your cut bait. Now we have this live sardine. I'm gonna teach you how to put it on the hook real quick, how to catch it, and then myself and the deckhands are gonna have you guys come over to the hand wells and we'll teach all you guys how to hold a bait real quick. So these calico bass have to be how big, you guys? 14 inches, all right? If they're not 14 inches, they have to go back in the water, okay? Same with the sand bass, same thing. So we catch some other fish on our half days, all right? Super important one. You guys all pay attention, please. We catch California scorpion fish. Has anyone seen a scorpion fish before? Some of you, they're red and spiny, and if you get choked by one of their spines,